Good morning. I want to just walk you through how to create your presentation, depending on which platform you use. All of them, I believe, are pretty just intuitive. That just means it's really natural. It's very laid out. You can click the buttons and get to where you need to go. But let's just start with Google Slides if that's what you choose to do. Once you're in your Google account, and we have to go into your own Google, and then remember you have all these options for Gmail and Drive. So you want to be in your Drive. Once you get to Drive, you come over here and you click New, and then you're going to create a Google Slides. So you click Google Slides, and then it opens up your platform or your templates. You can choose from different themes over here, all these different styles, whatever works best for you. And then once you've chosen one, so say we just click this one, you can begin. Here's your first slide. You just put your title in here, whatever your title is for your literary final project. You probably want to put your title here, author, the genre. Oh, I can't type. The genre. So you want to add things there. If you come down here, you can change your font to white if you wish. You just have to go to insert. Up here you can drag this text box down, and then you can just start typing. Up here is where you can control any text colors you want. So if I want it to be in white, I would just click maybe, a powerful quote that I found, but I can make it any color I want. To enlarge the font, I do that up here. Like I said, it's just really much a lot like a Word document. Then I create a new slide. I click over here, new slide. If I want to change, these are my choices for those frames. If I want to do my own thing, I'll just click blank. Otherwise, these are my options here. If I decide I don't want this, I just click on it and then press delete and it's gone. So have some fun with it. If you want to add some pictures, you can do that here. Remember, when you choose to insert images, you do need to cite them on your last page, just so we know where you borrowed them from. Just like we did with Prezi. So just go back and review those notes if you remember how to do that. You can change things at any time. If you like things to come in slowly, you can insert animation. And you might want to play with that a little bit. So you will, I gotta have something to animate here, just a minute. Okay, so to do that, if I want my word here, I'll show you how to do the animation here in just a minute. And then let's say I want to insert my image. So I'm going to pick an image. I'll upload this from my computer. So these are pictures that I have saved on my computer. And let's say I just want to choose this one here. Of course, I'd cite that at the end, but I just want to show you how to do the animations. So I move the picture up here. I can turn it a little bit. Maybe I want it to go here. Then if I want these to move in at different times, I just come up here and I do insert, and I'm going to click on animation. Okay. When I do that over here, I can choose if I want it to fade in or fly in from the left. Okay, maybe that's what I want to do. Then I'm going to add animation here. And I want this one to maybe, do I want it to fade in? I'll have it zoom in and maybe. Okay. And then you can see how it practices, except I didn't obviously do it correctly. You do have to practice with it a little bit. Oh, there it comes. It flies in there. So, and there it zooms. So if I want it, I should have added this picture next because this was just working with where I clicked on. So obviously that's a good example of you have to be whichever item you want to be animating and doing things with, you want to make sure you've clicked on that one. I can add an animation now though, I think, from here. And then I can do, what will I do with this one? Maybe have it fly in from the bottom. Okay. And let's see if that works. Click here, comes in from the left, it zooms again because I did it again, and here it comes from the bottom. Okay. So that's how to just work with Google Slides. It's pretty, I really like it. I use it a lot. As you know, all of my lessons are, I often use Google Slides in the classroom if I'm not using Prezi. So there's Google Slides. Our other option is what many of you are used to using, which is your PowerPoint. I don't use PowerPoint a lot, but a lot of people really do like to use it. So PowerPoint, you just start again with a blank presentation. Obviously, I have done a PowerPoint. I created one for the Odyssey when we were doing that, but I don't use it a lot. I just try to use different platforms when I'm teaching so that you can all see different platforms for when you want to do presentations in your other classes and things. But again, it's just you start with a blank presentation and you just maneuver through, again, finding a template, clicking on your title and your text, again, working with those transition and the animations. So it's just another platform. And some computers work better with PowerPoint than they do with, let's say, Prezi, for example. So let's look at Prezi because it's been a while since we've been in Prezi. When you go to Prezi, you'll just log in like you normally do. Your login information should be in the front of your English notebook. If not, you can have them send you your password and reset it. Prezi has something new since when we used it in the fall. You can now make a video. So I'm okay. If you'd rather do a video of yourself giving the presentation, that would be awesome. That would be really cool. So that could be one of your options. If you'd rather just create the Prezi like we've done in the past, then we're going to go to our presentations because you already have one set up. You've already created one. So I'm just going to go, well, it doesn't matter, I guess. I'll choose from a template. I was going to go to one of my old ones, and then again, I have a lot of different options I can choose from. And well, these are ones I've created: Greek mythology and grammar, and you probably remember a lot of those. So let's go to new presentation. And I'm going to now, I should be able to choose from a lot of my, Adobe Flash Player. So you might get this message as well. So you'll need to go out to your Adobe on your computers, and you're going to need to fix your computer so that it will allow Adobe Flash Player. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay. So to do that, I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to allow. I want to allow that. Allow. Hopefully. Oh, maybe I'm not able to because I'm on a school computer. It's just good for me to see. I'm hoping that you can do this on your computer. I have a school computer, so it's obviously not letting me do that without my administrator's approval. So I'm going to go ahead, hold tight, because I'm going to go to my private computer and switch this video over. So just a moment here. Okay. So that took a little bit of time actually. So just be prepared for that. If you're I'm on a school computer. So if you're on a school computer, you're going to have to go do that as well. It just took some clicks of a button, but it did take me a little bit of searching. I had to go up to this little lock button, and then I ended up switching the browser. I switched, so I went to Microsoft Edge rather than Google Chrome, which I usually use, but you could use Mozilla or any of those. So, but here we go. So now I'm in here and I can choose any of these templates. And when and I can change my mind, of course, if I want to see how they flow. And this is just like we worked on when we were working in our Change the World projects, when we did that research. So if I just say I really, I like this one here. And if that's the one I want, I'm like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Remember, you can move things, you can change things. You can start with their template and you can take things away. You can add things. You're not set with exactly what is here. You do have some flexibility and some opportunity to make it your own. Even though you are using a template, it can still be your own creation rather than just starting with the blank one if you wanted to. Okay. So say I didn't want this little box here, when I am loading that. Let me go over here and give it oops. Okay. So I click on that box, then I was going to click delete, and it's loading, so it takes a minute, but then it's gone. But if I were like, oh, you know what, I think I'd rather have an image, so I'm going to put that. These are all free images over here, so you do not have to cite any of them. If you just want to use one of those images, They've already been given permission to Prezi, so they are free for you to use, and you don't have to worry about any MLA citations or anything. But if you want to insert one, you click insert, and then you're going to, add your text wherever you want to be adding that text. You can play with it a little bit. Remember, give it a title, but remember this cloud that we talked about before? It does sync, on the cloud, but remember, it only does that like every 3 to 5 minutes. So you just want to make sure when you come over here that you're saving before you get out of it. Because if you just shut down your computer, it won't save the last 3 to 5 minutes since it's synced. So you would lose some of that information you'd put down if you did that. So that's Prezi. And then when you're all finished, you can share. And I'll go through that next week when you touch base with me. I'm going to put it out there on Monday when the rubric goes up, and I'll talk to you about how to share that with me. It'll be just like you did with your Prezis, except you're not in front of the class, but you're still going to share that with me. And you'll be just doing the view link. I mean, you could let me edit it, but I don't need to. You can just give me the link to watch it. Okay, so that is Prezi. There's one more though that I wanted to show you that I don't use, but many people do. Let me get rid of that one. And that is this presentation device called Sway. And I know I've had friends that prefer Sway. So that might be something, if you have that on your computer, you might want to play with that a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me what platform you use, as long as you feel comfortable with it and you're going to really get all the content on there that you need. And this would be just a way for you to go ahead and follow the directions. Like I said, I am not familiar with this, but I have a feeling it's very intuitive, just like our other platforms are. But that gives you 4 different options to use and to choose what's best for you and easiest for you. Right, so I do hope that you have fun with this project. If you have questions, please just come in to my office hours. Please let me help you. I want you to feel successful with this project. I want you to show me that you have mastered this material and that you really understand literary elements and how they're applied in the world. But I don't want it to be stressful for you. So if you come into the office hours at 10 o'clock, or if you email me and set up an office hour, remember I can do that and it might make it easier. All right, have a great day and have fun.